Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Batman with GPS News. Thanks for tuning in. Look, we've got a major winter storm headed our way, and I just wanted to walk you through a simple, clear plan to make sure our whole community here in Grand Prairie stays safe and sound. Now the forecast is serious, there's no doubt about it, but our focus is going to be on calm and careful preparation. We can do this. Let's get started.
So, the National Weather Service is telling us to expect a pretty serious winter storm. But you know, the most important word you see on your screen right now is together. We have a solid plan, and by working together, by looking out for each other, we're going to be prepared and stay connected right through the whole thing.
We're going to break this down into 6 real simple sections. First, we'll get a handle on what's coming our way. Then, we'll jump right into the practical stuff, what you can do for your home and what supplies you'll need. After that, and this is crucial, we'll cover who to call if you need help, how we can all stay in touch, and then we'll wrap things up with a little message of encouragement.
Okay, first things first. Let's really understand what we're up against. The more we know about the details, the better we can prepare, right? So, what makes this storm different from a typical cold snap? Well, as you can see, we've got this really cold Arctic air clashing with warmer, moist air, and that combination, well, it's the perfect recipe for long periods of freezing rain. And that's what we really have to watch out for, because that's what leads to that heavy, dangerous ice building up on tree branches, power lines, and of course, our roads.
Let's walk through the timing of this thing. It really gets started on Friday afternoon. That's when the rain will start turning to freezing rain. So please, your goal should be to be home, settled in, and off the roads by Friday afternoon. Saturday looks to be the worst of it. That's when we'll see the most icing. It'll continue through Sunday, and even after the storm moves out on Monday, it's going to leave behind a really deep freeze, so things will still be hazardous.
And look, this isn't me being dramatic. This is a direct quote from the people who know, the National Weather Service. They're saying travel could be impossible. So let's all take that very, very seriously. Just plan on staying put from Friday afternoon until we get the official all clear.
Okay, now that we know what's coming, let's talk about what we can do to protect our homes. These next steps are easy to do, but they are incredibly important for preventing some really big headaches.
All right, these 4 steps are your absolute best defense against burst pipes. First, let your faucets drip, both hot and cold, just a slow, steady drip. That moving water is much harder to freeze. Second, open up those cabinet doors under your kitchen and bathroom sinks. This lets the warm air from your house get to those pipes. It makes a huge difference. Third, don't forget your outdoor faucets. Cover them up and disconnect your hoses. And finally, keep that thermostat set to a steady 68 degrees or warmer, even when you're sleeping. It's so important.
Fantastic. Our homes are getting prepped. Now let's shift focus to our personal needs. Putting together a little kit now means you won't have to worry later, especially if the power happens to go out for a while.
Think of this as your safety and comfort checklist. You absolutely need plenty of water. For food, think things you don't have to cook. Canned goods, protein bars, that sort of thing. And hey, make sure you have a manual can opener. Now, for light, please use flashlights or battery lanterns. Let's avoid candles altogether if we can, just to be safe. Go ahead and gather a 3 to 4 day supply of all your medications, right now. And of course, pull out those extra blankets and warm clothes. A battery-powered radio is a great idea too, just to stay informed. Okay, this next section is so important. If you've got a pen and paper nearby, you might want to grab it. I really encourage you to jot these numbers down and stick them on your fridge. This is your direct line to help. If your power goes out, contact Encore directly. That's the fastest way to get on their list for repairs. For special assistance, and we'll talk more about this in a second, just dial 211. If you need a warm place to go, the city's warming center will be at the Public Safety Building. Now, this last one is a life or death thing. If you see a downed power line, do not go anywhere near it. Get away from the area immediately and call 911. No exception. I just want to spend an extra moment on this number, 211. When you dial that, you're connected to something called the STEER Registry. That's the State of Texas Emergency Assistance Registry. Now listen, if you depend on any kind of electric medical equipment, if you have a disability, or if you have trouble getting around that would make it hard to get help in an emergency, I am urging you to please call 211 and get registered. It's free, it's confidential, and it helps our first responders know who might need help first.
We've covered preparing our homes, we've covered preparing ourselves. Now let's talk about the most powerful tool we have in any storm, each other, our community.
So I just want you to pause for a second and really think about this question. Who in your life might be going through this storm all by themselves? Maybe it's a neighbor down the street, a friend from church, a family member. You know, a storm like this can feel really isolating, and just a simple phone call can make a world of difference.
So here are a few real, practical ways we can put that care into action. Before the storm gets here, please check on your neighbors. Exchange phone numbers. For the very latest local updates directly from me, you can join our GroupMe chat or check the website. And, a good old-fashioned phone tree. It's a fantastic way to make sure a whole group of friends and family stays connected and feels looked after.
And finally, as we finish up all these physical preparations, let's also take just a moment to prepare our hearts and our minds for the days ahead. We've done our part. We've done everything we can to get ready for this storm. We've been smart, we've been diligent, and now we can match that preparation with a sense of peace, trusting that we aren't going through this alone. We can actively choose faith over fear.
I always find such great comfort in these words from the book of Joshua. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. I pray that promise is a real source of strength and comfort for you and your whole family over these next few days.
And that's our plan. It's simple, it's clear, and most importantly, it's something we are going to do together as a community. From all of us here at GPS News, please stay safe, stay warm, and stay connected. We will get through this, and I can't wait to see you all on the other side of the storm.